The Jalen Williams Rookie of the Year hype train has been slowly gaining traction ever since Paolo Banchero's rough shooting month in February coincided with the rise of the Thunder rookie. It picked up full stream though after Williams made a game-winning tip-in over the sorry Pistons to keep his team alive in the play-in race. Thankfully, Paolo Banchero heard all the yapping and decided to put a stamp on all the Rookie of the Year talk. The 20-year-old responded in a huge way the other day by putting up 30, 12, and 6 to keep his team's slim playoff hopes alive. The fact that the youthful Magic are still in the playoff picture is a testament to how well Paolo has done as his team's offensive talisman. You know, there was no conversation about the Rookie of the Year award for the majority of the season, especially after Paolo Banchero got off to a historic start and continued to produce despite teams having ample time to properly scout him off of his strengths. But I'm afraid that the Jalen Williams agenda pushers won't stop, especially if the Thunder manage to make the playoffs. His case is being backed by some prominent names from respected NBA media outlets like The Athletic and The Ringer. And there are one too many Jalen Williams videos popping up on YouTube day by day, majority about him overtaking Paolo. And as a Magic fan on this platform, I have to put an end to all this. I'm gonna do my part and end this whole pointless debate for good. So let's get straight into it. Let me first start off by saying that I like Jalen Williams' game. He's a versatile player and a very crafty scorer. He reads the game at an advanced level already and has been putting up 19, 6, and 4 since the All-Star break. And I don't want to be one of those ignorant fans that totally dismisses what J-Dub has been doing for his team. As Magic fans, we all felt the same way about Franz Wagner's rookie season going way under the radar. J-Dub and Franz are similar in that they're both older prospects coming out of college, Franz being a sophomore and Jalen being a junior. By the way, Williams has 3 years of college experience, so of course he should be putting up better advanced stats. The transition from the college game to the pros should be a much more smoother one for him compared to the 19, 20-year-old Banchero, but I'll get more into that later. Wagner and Williams both went on to prove a lot of doubters wrong and will be star players in the future, but unlike Franz, Jalen Williams is not even close to his class's Rookie of the Year leader. In fact, I think Ben Mathurin has a better chance of finishing second because he's produced from the start, but both of them have no shot at overtaking Paolo. Why? Because Banchero is having a historic rookie campaign, and that's not an exaggeration. On a team that's already won 11 more games than all of last season, Banchero is averaging 27-4. Only 8 rookies this century who played a minimum of 65 games have averaged 20 points per game. He's been putting up numbers all across the board, ranking in the top 5 in all 5 major statistical categories amongst rookies. And I don't know why some of these Jalen Williams backers are acting like Paolo's putting up 20 points per game on sub 40% shooting on a team like 30 games under 500. That's not the case at all. He's been thrusted upon as a go-to guy for a young team from the get-go, and he's more than delivered. His team is still alive in the play-in race and would have been the 8th seed in a much improved Eastern Conference if his starting point guard was available from the start. All the Magic needed was a competent point guard to help them get into their offensive sets quicker. The Magic have a record of 29 and 28 with Markelle this season. Think about that. The 4th youngest team in the NBA would be an above 500 team with a rookie as their first option if only they had their starting point guard from the start of the season. The Magic have a record of 26 and 24 in the last 50 games, so them being a good team is not a fluke, and Paolo has played an integral role in their rise. Along with Franz, Paolo has to carry the offensive load for his team, and unlike Williams, the defense focuses on Paolo and game plans against him. The number 1 overall pick takes a beating every game and still has yet to hit the rookie wall. Even during his mini shooting slump in February, he was still making up for it in other ways like getting to the line, playmaking, rebounding better, and hitting mid-range shots. And it's not a fair apples-to-apples comparison. Paolo is basically the hub of Orlando's offense, while Jalen Williams is a third option and gets to play with a superstar in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Sure, he's done well without Shai in the 9 games he's played without him, but we'll need a larger sample size, and we still don't know if he'll still put up the same stats if teams game planned against him and played him off of his strengths. Throughout the Thunder season, SGA has missed random single games here and there, so teams never had the opportunity to game plan against Jalen for an extended period. To further support Paolo's case, the prestige you can say of the Rookie of the Year award is that it's handed to the rookie who produced throughout the season without hitting the rookie wall, or if they did, then it was only for a short period. Paolo has balled out over the course of his rookie season, just like some of the past notable Rookie of the Year winners like LeBron, KD, Dame Lillard, Luka, LaMelo, etc. To win this award, you can't just creep up in the last few months. So yeah, I can just end the video right here, but I won't. Like I said, I'm going to try to end the agenda for Jalen Williams to be the Rookie of the Year for good. Now, there are 3 main arguments that the media is trying to push for Jalen Williams. 1, he's more efficient and has better advanced stats. 2, he's playing for a winning team, battling for a play-in spot, and he's supposedly impacted winning more. And 3, he's a better defender. Let's address all of them one by one. Paolo basically has been tasked with being the superstar for his team. For the first 20 games when all of our guards were in and out of the lineup, he often played the role of primary initiator on offense and held his own. He's not just a volume scorer, he's also a competent facilitator as well when needed. For the entire season, he's been relied upon to improvise and score out of nothing when plays break down. The Magic offense is very basic and ISO heavy and congested due to there being so many below average shooters in their rotations. Banchero doesn't have the luxury of playing off the space that SGA creates. Jalen Williams also gets to play with a point guard with great court vision and Josh Giddey getting fed off cuts and open threes in transition. Paolo Banchero's percentages will look so much better if he's with OKC. Magic fans can attest to this. Opposing teams load up the paint and it gets horrifically clogged up every time Paolo drives or gets in good position down low because nobody respects the shooters on the Magic yet except for Gary Harris Jr., who has been injured for half the season, and Franz Wagner. Wendell Carter Jr., Bol, and Mo Wagner are still way too streaky. Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs have been shooting much better lately, but teams still leave them wide open and double up on Paolo. Just imagine what Paolo would do if he was allowed to freely operate from the left block and work without 2 or more help defenders waiting for him. Furthermore, Paolo regularly takes a beating and makes a lot of tough shots over multiple defenders. Now conversely, Jalen Williams profits from not having the defense entirely focused on him, benefiting again from playing with a legit superstar in SGA. Additionally, Williams plays in a much better offensive system. OKC is a team that gets into the offensive stats early and keeps defenses honest by hosting up a lot of shots. They're first in the NBA in field goal attempts. They also love to push the pace, ranking 4th in transition frequency and pace. While the Magic are a middle of the pack transition team and have only recently started to play faster, the Magic offense is very stagnant. A lot of standing around, a lot of ISO play, and it's not all Paolo's fault. The Magic rank 26th in assists, 27th in 3-point attempts, and 26th in overall offensive rating. Just not a good environment for an offensive player to thrive in, and yet Paolo has. I can say with confidence that if you put Jalen Williams in Orlando instead of Paolo, then he won't be putting up the same stats and won't be as efficient. And if you put Paolo in OKC, then wow, they would be the 5th seed. And Paolo would average like 23-24 on better percentages because he'll get more opportunities to score in transition and he'd have more room in the half court to operate. Paolo has to work extra hard for his baskets. 56% of his field goal made are unassisted, compared that to 48% for Jalen Williams. So more than half the time Jalen Williams is being assisted for baskets. There's no doubt who's a better offensive player and ISO scorer. But then some of the J-Will agenda pushers will argue that Jalen has a better true shooting percentage, effective field goal percentage, and ISO points per possession rate. But what they don't factor in is volume, and of course, as I mentioned a bunch of times already, the responsibility that Paolo carries on offense for his team. And I have to add, Paolo's advanced percentages aren't even bad for a rookie. So the general consensus amongst NBA fans is that true shooting percentage is better than effective field goal percentage because it accounts for free throws. So Paolo's true shooting percentage sits at nearly 53% right now. Compare that with some past alpha scoring Rookie of the Year winners like Kevin Durant, who shot 52% as a rookie, Dame Lillard 54%, and I know LeBron won Rookie of the Year, but Carmelo deserved it that year, and Melo shot 51%, LeBron 49%, Luka Doncic 54%. Jalen Williams is not better than any of them were as rookies, despite his better true shooting percentage, and he's not better than Paolo as well. And then some Jalen Williams backers will bring up Paolo's 3-point percentage, which I think is a bit misleading. Paolo had a terrible month from long range in February when he shot like 3%, but that stretch was just an anomaly. His shot is not broken, his form is fine. In fact, he shot exactly 37% from 3 in his last 15 games, which is right where he should be. He shot 32% from 3 off the dribble and the same off the catch for the entire season, which is encouraging. He shoots more than well enough on the line, and I'm sure that'll extend out to the perimeter smoothly in the coming years. To offset his streaky shooting, Paolo has gone to the line at a historic rate for a rookie, averaging 7.4 free throws per game and 10 per 100 possessions. Drawing fouls at such a high rate is a real indicator of future superstardom. Now, comparing their defense, I'm not gonna lie, Paolo needs work on this end. It's not an IQ or a defensive awareness concern with him, it's more of an effort issue. And as a rookie, I think he can be excused because so much of the offensive burden is placed on him and his defense kind of takes a hit. He still gets easily beat by quicker players, but he's not a lost cause. He's gradually improved over the course of the season at reading defenses, making smarter rotations, and you see him disrupt passing lanes here and there to get steals. And in crunch time, he'll lock in and make game-winning stops like he did here. You can see that he's been a neutral defender since the All-Star break and probably will be one for the next few years, but that won't be an issue because his offensive production will more than make up for it. Jalen Williams is a better one-on-one and help defender right now, but again, he's a 3-year college player coming into the NBA, so it should be expected. and some of J-Will's defensive metrics aren't even that much better than Paolo's for it to be used as an argument over what Paolo has done on the offensive end. Like, they have the same defensive win shares rating at 2.5. We should throw away advanced stats when debating rookies. I've used advanced stats on this channel before, and some metrics are really good, like estimated plus minus, 538 to Raptor, win shares per 48. Basically, you can't look too much into advanced stats alone as an argument when debating rookies. Rookie of the Year candidates are usually drafted to bad teams and are placed in lineups with bad or inexperienced players, and that affects their advanced stats, especially their on-off stats. You know, if Paolo has the same percentages and advanced defensive metrics 3 years from now, then yeah, it'll be a concern, but right now he's on par with other ROI winners. In some cases, the eye test and context matters more, like this one. Paolo just stands out even on an NBA court. Someone 6'10", built like a tank, who moves so gracefully on the court. He can beat you by bully ball or from the perimeter. He's like a taller Carmelo with his array of offensive moves, jab steps, rip-throughs. He can turn around over both shoulders as a counter to his spin moves. His footwork is elite for his age. And the scary part is that he's been adding to his bag as the season has went along, like this Harden-esque step back from a crossover. Taller Melo or bigger Jason Tatum, but more unselfish and a better playmaker. That's a Hall of Fame talent. Let's stop the BS and award the kid for what he's been doing for his team, putting up numbers that not many rookies have done before him, and not on a terrible team. Jalen Williams is a stud prospect, but unfortunately for him, he's up against someone who's having an all-time rookie season in Paolo Banchero. That should be that. The NBA media did their job for there to be a Rookie of the Year race and to get people talking. All you need to do is watch one Magic game and you'll clearly see what Paolo Banchero means to his team. You just need to watch one game and you'll be able to tell that this kid is not only going to be the Rookie of the Year, but also a future perennial All-NBA player and maybe an MVP. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it and it brought some value to you, then please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And please comment down below if you have any objections or have any more arguments in favor of Paolo's case for Rookie of the Year. The comment section really helps the algorithm and it'll help catapult the channel to newer levels. Thanks for watching. Look out for more videos dropping real soon. Peace and go Magic.